with Jennifer Nicholson, who has been doing rodeo for a long time as a trick rider and entertainer. Tell me what you do.
Well, thank you for having me. It's great to see you. And as you said, I've been with Riata Ranch. In 1976, Riata Ranch put out a performance team, and I was one of those original members. There was 4 of us, and I was one of the 4 original members. Now, you got to understand something. I didn't come from a rodeo family, and what I love about rodeo is that they accepted me as part of the rodeo family finally. But I didn't come from a rodeo background, so I had to learn it. And when we first started, I always like to tell this story. My first rodeo that I ever went to, I was 13 years old. And you got to understand, I was riding rein cow horses at the time. So Riata Ranch was a horse show team for youth. It was a riding school for young people. And then we have this little entertainment division. I always thought I was going to be a rein cow horse rider. That was my focus, and I was just going to do this trick riding thing on the side. So we went to our very first rodeo, and my first rodeo cowboy I ever met was Monty Hawkeye Henson. Oh, never seen anything like that. I'd never met anyone like that in my life. My eyes were about that big around. There was a young man behind the microphone by the name of Bob Tallman, and everybody was excited about some bull named Oscar. And I left that rodeo in Bakersfield, and I went, wow, maybe I'll switch careers, because I really like this trick riding thing. That was really fun. And that started my career. That started my journey connecting myself to professional rodeo. And as a trick rider, and then again, we learned to trick rope. And it's really been a wonderful journey for me, and to meet people along the way. And what an opportunity that I just ran into. And I'm so grateful now to be a part of the whole rodeo family.
Well, I think, and you've entertained many times at the National Western.
We have. Love that rodeo. Love the people. And, it's something everybody looks forward to every year. We know when the Denver Stock Show, when that National Western begins, rodeo has begun.
It kicks off the year, 16 best days in
I think so. Right.
In January.
Yeah.
I think we go to rodeo to watch the cowboys ride and get bucked off and all that stuff. But, we couldn't have rodeos if we didn't have entertainment.
That's right.
So, when you come out and you're doing your trick riding and trick roping and things, it's fantastic entertainment. I think particularly the young people, it's inspirational, aspirational, all wrapped up in one.
Well, it is. And our whole part in professional rodeo is to be a support system for the competition. And I think when you have a really nice dress act come out into the arena, it gives the audience a break from the action. And our whole point is to connect to that audience and just kind of keep them engaged, but give them a little thrill, and to be up and maybe to draw them in a little bit more. And so that is actually, what we do, and we're just happy to be a part of it.
Well, a thrill is actually when I watch you and others do this trick riding, I think, I wonder if they ever fall off.
Well, we do, but it's a little bit like, I tell people, it's a lot like learning how to downhill ski. You don't start at the highest point, with the most dangerous hills and the steepest hill. You start at the bunny hill, and then you gradually work your way up. Because it's really just more having the confidence and understanding what you're doing. And technique is everything. And I have a saying at Riata that you earn your reputation in the arena, but you earn your respect in the barn. So everyone who comes to join our team, which we're probably a little bit different than a lot of your other performance people, because we actually are a team. So I have to go out and pull people in and train them. And there's 2 ways for people to become a Riata Ranch cowboy girl. One, they can go through the programs, and I have put more people on their first horse ever. My job is to do more than just teach people to trick ride and trick rope and become part of professional rodeo. My job is to give people opportunity. And my job is to connect people. So a young girl, or even a teenager, or even an adult has never been around horses, I give them an opportunity to connect to that Western lifestyle through horses. And I put more people on their first horses ever. And some of them do go on to be on the team. I'm also known for bringing a bunch of Australians over. So I have a lot of Australian women that are on the team that have a very, a diverse background in horses, but they don't know professional rodeo. So I'm able to connect them to professional rodeo through the entertainment portion of what we do. So I just provide opportunity. What people decide to do with it is up to them. And then we put them together. So it's horsemanship, leadership, mentorship, education, and community service. So what makes Riata Ranch a little different package than those is all these ladies have to be able to plug into all 5 of those tenets to be on the team. Because for me, it's more about character than it is about ability.
Well, I think that's a neat, wonderful thing about about rodeo and the West is culture is such an important part. Values, and when you ride, you express that through your event.
So yeah, I like it to be authentic. So when you see, I have a young lady by the name of Rebecca Sacosta, we call her Beck, and she does this beautiful trick called the swan, and people are very intrigued by it. But when they actually meet her outside the arena, I want them to be more impressed with who she is than what she does. And I think being authentic and being true to your roots is very important. And so since I get a lot of people who have no rodeo background, like me, I knew nothing about it, I had to learn it. I feel that it's my job to make sure that we're educating people. And then honestly, we're bringing more people to our industry and developing fans that way. Because a lot of times, these girls, trick riding is a young person's sport. You're not going to do it forever. So when these young women are done performing, when they get to that point, well, now we have another fan that didn't grow up in rodeo, didn't know anything about rodeo, but knows now.
Where's home base for the team?
So my home base is in a little town that no one's ever heard of in California called Three Rivers, but come visit because it's awesome. We don't have mountains like you do, but we do have mountains. Yeah. I'm outside of Sequoia National Park. So we have the great big trees. So we're maybe 10, 12 miles from the entrance to Sequoia National Park.
But mostly you're on the road.
Mostly we're on the road. This year's been a little different, obviously.
It's been a hard year, and one of the reasons we're doing these shows is because we've missed a lot of rodeos. We're missing the National Western this year, and to have an opportunity to sit down with you and others to talk about rodeo and your experiences is an incredible experience in itself.
Yeah. Well, I want to go back to the National Western. If anyone's never been, when it comes back, you gotta go, because it's more than just a rodeo. It's more than just a stock show. It's an event, and all of the things that go around, all the ancillary things that happen around the rodeo and the stock show, and it's just such a great meeting place. It is truly got to put it on your bucket list. You got to put it on your bucket list to go.
Well, I'm hoping that most of our fans watching this morning are already hooked up with the National Western. But you're right. If not, this is a great. It's a great show.
It is,
and not just the rodeo, but the stock show, and people bring their cattle and horses from all over the country and all over the world, and so. Rodeo is such an important part of it, but the greater thing about stock show is it's bigger, but mostly it's about the animals.
It is about that's the unique thing about the National Western. It truly is about people bringing their animals there, and the whole. If you've never toured back there, where people are keeping their cattle, and it's just a great vibe and wonderful people, all family oriented and. It's just a great time.
Well, I think it's what we're trying to do is perpetuate the spirit of the West and the culture of the West and the values of what all surrounds rodeo
and I just think we're in such a unique time. This is such an unprecedented time that we're living right now, and I'm finding just with my own part in all of this that people who don't get to live this lifestyle like we do every day, people are yearning for it. I think we have a real opportunity to really take our message and our lifestyle and and promote it. Probably more now than ever. There's just something really special about being able to be with nature and animals and living on a ranch.
It's healthy.
It's very healthy. It's so healthy, and it's every day. And when I tell people, when I have people come visit me at the ranch who don't live it full time, they get 1 or 2 or 3 days, and they say, "Wow, this is great." To them, it's just a fun thing to do. And I said, "No, this is a lifestyle. Do you understand? Just because when you leave, I still do this tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day, and it's great to be able to be outside."
Well, Jennifer Nicholson, we are so privileged to have an opportunity to visit with you and get a little taste for what it means to entertain our rodeo fans.
Well, I'm happy to do it, and I'll just end with this. Rodeo is my love. But because I learned how to spin that trick rope and ride that horse and wear a cowboy hat, we've been to 22 countries on 5 continents promoting what we do.
You did it. You entertained Queen Elizabeth.
I sure did. We were invited to perform for Queen Elizabeth for her Diamond Jubilee, and I actually got to meet her. I had tea with her in the castle.
It's loved around the world.
Yeah, it is. The cowboy image is truly and recognized. Everybody knows a cowboy hat, and they know what it means. Yeah, the American cowboy is certainly iconic.
Jennifer, thanks so much.
Pete, thank you so much.
You bet.